For this project, a client asked me to make a giant spider costume for a drag queen. And guess who's never done anything like that? This girl. I started by watching a ton of cosplay videos, and then I went to Lowe's and just picked up everything I thought that might work. For the legs, I decided to go with this foam tubing, which is basically like pool noodles but much skinnier. I went in this direction because I wanted it to be super lightweight. After laying out the legs for the first time, I started cutting them into segments because I wanted it to be a little bit more anatomically correct. And for the tips of the legs, I went with this foam insulator weather stripping stuff. I definitely messed this up a couple times, but with the heat gun I was able to get the point really tapered to look menacing because spiders are menacing. For the thicker leg segments, I decided to sand down the edges so that the knuckles would, fit together better. Also, I know they're not called knuckles. After that, I went in with the heat gun to make it more organic looking. And at this point, it really started to look like a giant spider. And then I had to figure out how they were going to lay out. So I made a diagram on a piece of printer paper and then sort of made that out of a pretty heavy gauge wire. This was the first test to see if that wire would hold up the legs. And it worked. And I know that shape is kind of uneven, but it doesn't really matter because those little arm pieces are going to be inside of the tubing. I wrapped it all with electrical tape just to keep it a little neat. One by one, I attached each leg segment with rubber cement. Then, okay, this is the moment of truth. I'm gonna put the legs on and see if they make sense and if they even go onto the little thing I made. This part was really nerve-wracking because I didn't know if the full legs would stay on that metal piece or if they would just slide off, but it actually worked. I tried a few different kinds of paint to get the effect that I wanted, and I settled on spray painting the leg segment with regular black spray paint and using a latex paint at the ends to give it that shiny look. I added a hook to the wire piece so it could hook into a corset or a bra, and this is the final look. Can't wait till you see it on a queen!